Absolutely delighted to be joined by Dr. Drew Ramsey. Dr. Ramsey, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us today.
My pleasure.
So I can see from the badge that you're wearing that we're going to ask you about social media.
That's right. These are our new badges the Communication Council got this year at our meeting.
So what are some of the benefits to psychiatry of social media?
Being involved in social media allows psychiatrists to lend their voice to the conversation. And it's an important voice that we offer because we have an expertise and a perspective that is just very important to be out there.
Right.
Traditional media, it's a little hard to get your voice out there. With social media, you really can, in a very short amount of time, contribute to the conversation in a very specific way. And so the reason I encourage psychiatrists to get involved in social media is not just the advocacy part, but also it puts your message in the public in a way that forces you to polish that message, to think about how do we communicate to the public very powerfully and very effectively.
Now, the thing with social media is, as you say, you can contribute to the conversation powerfully and effectively, but you have no control over the conversation. So what are some of the things that you need to be careful about using social media?
These are the risks of social media, and they're few. I believe that the risks in social media revolves around saying something either impulsively that you haven't thought about, because the currency of social media is immediacy. Right. And so finding that balance, especially as you're getting started, on how do you have a little bit of regulation so it isn't just all off the cuff. Certainly you can get caught up in some conversations and you go out into the world of social media, as I'm sure all of our members have seen, people have very strong opinions. Personally, I think that's great. Because as psychiatrists and mental health professionals, we should confront the people who disagree with us and clarify for all parties what are the issues at hand.
So when somebody's watching this and they're confronted by Instagram, they're confronted by Facebook, Twitter, and very often maybe their children are sort of engaged in this, but they say, well, what do I do? How do I get started, Drew? What's the next step?
So there are a few tools that the Council on Communications has created. One is a social media toolkit just to get people started. My advice is to pick a platform. I started out with Facebook, and then I added Twitter, and then eventually I added Instagram. I would say most of our younger psychiatrists are already on Instagram and using that platform. Become familiar, talk with somebody who's already using the platform successfully, and the best way to get good at social media is to do it. I'm certainly no social media expert, except for the fact that I've been doing social media for a while. And so I would ask psychiatrists to think about a few rules. One is be physicianly. Our role in social media is a little different than other people. We have an obligation to our profession and to our patients. Be physicianly. I wouldn't say steer clear from controversy, but understand that wading into very controversial issues right away is a first step. It's a little bit trial by fire. So get used to the platform first and then use it. It's kind of like a car. Learn how to drive it and then take it to the racetrack.
Well, Drew, thank you ever so much indeed for talking to us. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And good luck with the campaign. Thank you.
Thank you.